Welcome everybody down to Oaks Field here in South Charleston, West Virginia for the first home game of the Black Eagles season. The South Charleston Black Eagles take on the Winfield Generals, who hold a 1-1 record. South Charleston just coming off their first win in over 1,000 days with the return of Coach Donnie Mays. This matchup between the Generals and the Black Eagles has been a long one coming. The last time these two faced off was October 16th, 2015, where South Charleston took home the win 51-28. Number 2, Kentrey Greer, for those who remember it, had an astonishing game of 23 of 28 passing, 362 yards through the air with 5 touchdowns and 86 rushing yards. This 3,619 days is the last time these two teams faced off. For South Charleston in their 2 weeks ago, their opponent against the Ripley Vikings, they came away with their first win since the 2023-24 season. Sophomore quarterback Sino Riley came away with a game-winning pass completion to number 3, Amari Valentine, the freshman. Riley finished with 16 of 29 passing, 172 yards through the air, 1 touchdown on that last play, 1 interception, 31 rushing yards, and a touchdown with his legs. Valentine had 5 receptions, including his game-winning snag, 65 yards on the day, and 4 tackles on the defensive end. The other end of the belt here, Winfield struggled in their conference opener against Herbert Hoover in the Cardinal Conference. Number 4, Jared Miller, who had a very good first game in their initial win of the season, struggled hard with going 6 of 17 from behind the line of scrimmage, passing the ball, only 5 total yards through the air, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That adds up to 0.7 yards per catch. Gannon Boggs, number 9, junior running back for Winfield, finished today with 9 carries, 15 yards, only 1.7 yards per carry for him. 2 receivers for the Generals struggled with negative receiving yards. Number 80, Drew Mann, and the aforementioned number 9, Gannon Boggs, the running back, couldn't get anything going through the air at all. Players to watch out for in tonight's contest for South Charleston is going to be number 1, senior captain halfback Malcolm Brown. Against Ripley, he was a one-man wrecking crew. 23 carries, 236 ground yards, 2 touchdowns, 10.3 yards per carry, something you really don't see too much of in a modern passing offense. He's 5'10", 175 pounds, just a train in motion. For Winfield, the player to watch out for is number 9, also their running back, Gannon Boggs. He has 21 carries, 97 yards on the season, and that's including his matchup against Hoover, as in their first one they dominated early. The name of the game today for both teams, South Charleston and Winfield, is going to be to run the ball hard. They're very strong behind the backfield. That's why we picked both halfbacks to have a very good game today. Quarterback matchups include number 8, Sino Riley, the sophomore for South Charleston, and number 4, Jared Miller. Miller has 3 touchdowns on the season and 0 picks if you take away that matchup against Herbert Hoover. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, it'll be kickoff between South Charleston and Winfield. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades Apprenticeship Programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU, and it's truly just a family company.
I'm Chris Miller, and I'm proud to sponsor productions like this one that showcase the best of this great state. School pride runs deep here. Friday night lights, crowded gyms, packed auditoriums. It's what makes this such a great place to live and work. So be true to your school. And at Dutch Miller Auto, we're there with you. Because when we build on our young people, everybody wins. I'm proud to lead the way as we bring out the best in West Virginia. I'm Chris Miller, and enjoy the game.
Surround yourself with beautiful views at the Eagle's Nest Restaurant and Lounge, open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Try our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet on Saturdays from 9 to noon. How about lunch instead? Join us for our lunch buffet on Sunday and Wednesday through Friday from noon to 2. Want a place to relax after a long week? Our lounge has happy hour every Friday night starting at 4:30. Great quality food at prices you'll love. Come to Eagle's Nest Restaurant, just off Canal Turnpike in South Charleston.
Geno's is spicing things up with 2 new specialty pizzas featuring our new hot honey sauce.
Our hot honey pizza is topped with red pepper flakes, sliced Italian sausage, jalapenos, and onions.
The sweet heat pizza features slices of Italian sausage, green peppers, and onions.
Both are drizzled with our signature hot honey sauce.
Hot honey, it brings the heat.
Sweet heat, the perfect balance of spice and sweet.
2 bold new flavors, available for a limited time at Geno's Pizza and Spaghetti House.
Score big this fall with GoMart. Every Saturday through the end of October, GoMart Rewards members earn triple points on all purchases. And while you rack up on rewards points, be sure to scan the QR code in-store for more ways to win. Each scan is a chance to score the ultimate tailgating package with a $200 GoMart gift card, tailgating supplies, and more. GoMart is your hookup for the football season. Visit the GoMart app or GoMart.com to learn more. GoMart is the official convenience store of WVU Athletics.
Calendar notifications, emails, texts. These are all distractions. They take your attention away from the road, away from stoplights, sudden braking, and unexpected hazards. Distracted driving is dangerous to you and others. And if you're caught with a phone in your hand, it will cost you a minimum of $100, or even worse, it could cost a life. Keep yourself and others safe on the road. You drive, you text, you pay. This message is brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Welcome back, everybody, to Oaks Field, South Charleston, taking on the Generals earlier, the 12th ranked in AAA South Charleston Black Eagles against the 13th ranked Winfield Generals, as the Black Eagles look to take the field here soon. The Flock, the new student section name for South Charleston, getting ready to get rowdy for the team. A near sellout side here on the home side. They're South Charleston faithful. No hesitation to come out to the first home game, especially celebrating their first win in over 3 seasons. Winfield's band decided to make the trip up the road as they're about 75% capacity, as the anticipation builds here on the South Charleston sideline as players are preparing to enter the Eagle. 1:20 left here on the pregame clock. I'm Brant Wilson. I'm your play-by-play commentator tonight, as we should be in store for a good one, as still await the arrival of the Black Eagles. Looking at the line of South Charleston, gotta give them a lot of credit for how well Malcolm Brown performed in that first game. Morgan Watts Jr., 6'6", great size. He's a captain, along with their number 70, Elijah Bousley. He's a captain, 6'2", 275, finishing with 2 tackles as well, as the Eagles are getting ready to come out. Crowd starts to rise. Your 4 captains for the Eagles taking midfield. It's going to be number 5, Braden Suninga. Number 71, Morgan Watts. Number 0, Caden Hackman. And number 1, Malcolm Brown will round out the captains there. For Winfield on the other side, try to get a look into their captains. Now the Eagles storm the field, an undefeated 1-0 for the first time in a while. South Charleston will start things off with the ball here to kick off their home opener against the Winfield Generals. Crowd looking a lot rowdier. What to expect here from this young team here. Big thanks to Bridget Riggs and Chris Riggs behind the scenes. Get everything up and running for tonight's contest. It's sure to be a good one as both teams settle as the refs gather around the South Charleston logo. Might probably be Winfield taking the ball here to receive. Back to return, number 2, Aiden Tate, and number 11, Pierce Warline. Ready to set things off for South Charleston. As the band still has not left the field, smoke starts to pile over as well. Looks like to be Jaden Bumpus for South Charleston to send things all the way downfield. The junior, as they try to roll on to 2-0. Winfield trying to get a recovery game. And it's sent off. Takes it on a bounce. Number 2, Aiden Tate, breaking to the left side. Now he finds a hole to the 30. Going to be met at the 35 and slowly dragged down, fighting for some extra yards. 37 on the left hash for Winfield. As we look to see this Winfield offense for the first time tonight. At the helm, Jared Miller, coming off a very poor performance in his last game. South Charleston 4 defensive linemen there on the edge. Miles Terry, number 88, sophomore. He had 8 total tackles in their last competition. He's looking to have another deep impact. Shotgun form, 2 receivers to the top of your screen for Winfield. Play action, rolling right, dumped it off to number 8, and he's brought down with a big collision, but fights forward for about 3 yards. That's Dylan Paxton on the reception, and initial contact there by Malcolm Brown, the senior captain. We'll bring up a second down as a flag is on the field there on the far side near the 40-yard marker. Refs discuss it over. We'll go to the head ref. The ineligible man downfield for Winfield, and that'll push them back on their first play of the drive. So from a 2-yard gain to about a 5-yard loss. 1st and 15 for the Generals from their left hash. Good defense there by South Charleston initially. And great awareness there by Malcolm Brown, the senior captain. Come down, he's playing that high safety position here. It's the head ref. Sure the clock starts at the right time, 11:40 after that first play. Right up way to the top of your screen, Aiden Tate, the return man, as Miller set to take a snap again. Play action is going to be a flip underneath here on the option. Moving around there. It's Dylan Paxton on the underneath give. Gets his yards right back as it'll bring up a second down and about 4. So it'll be an 11-yard gain for Paxton. Winfield now much better position here. 2nd down and 4. Looks like they're going to work out of the shotgun look with Paxton as the high tight end. A lot of motion action in this offense. 3 high for South Charleston. They're loading the box here on 2nd down. It's going to be a zone give. Nothing doing for Winfield. Going to be brought down after a carry of 1. It's already an early 3rd down for the Generals as number 7, Carson Samples, doesn't get anywhere. Hackman there. He'll get his first tackle of the day. Load and up the box here on both sides. Just trying to push forward, get to short 4. for the first down for Winfield. Third down look. As it'll be a underneath give, trying to fight through. He will. Free room at the 50. He's one man to beat. Down to the 30. He's going to be wrapped down, but not after carrying about 35 yards. Touchdown saving tackle by Malcolm Brown, but almost home free early for the Generals. That's number 15, Clayton Kramer, the 5'9" junior. He just came in for that formation and immediately comes out. And a 35-yard gain will be put to his name. Two receivers to the left now here, rolling out to his right. Delivers one back of the end zone. It's caught, touchdown, Generals, and early and on the board. It'll be number 80, Drew. Number 80, Drew Mann, will secure his first touchdown of the day. It'll be about a 15-yarder through the air. As pending the extra point, it's going to be an early 7-0 lead for the Generals. It'll be number 6, Jackson Alexander, the 5'9" junior, to send it up and away, and it'll be up and good for the Generals. So a first touchdown drive almost ruined by an initial penalty, but South Charleston's offense will try to get things moving. Fall football in West Virginia is unlike anything else. HD Media is live streaming more than 30 high school games this year. Next week, George Washington will host South Charleston. You can also watch Huntington take on Hurricane, or a big one down in Madison as Scott battles Independence. It's all live and for free in one convenient location. 9:48 the time on the board. The first strike by the Generals. But a smooth drive there, very short, only about 5 plays. Really highlighted by a Kramer 35-yard carry on a 3rd down and 4 as they loaded up in the wing T set, the wishbone set. South Charleston will have their senior captain back deep to receive, Malcolm Brown.
Back deep for the Black Eagles, Makai Gordon and Malcolm Brown.
Gordon will also be back there for South Charleston. As Winfield sends it away, it's a low squib. A runner hits the foot of someone on South Charleston, but luckily recovered it around the 37. So good field position that almost slipped away from them. Good awareness there by number 0, Caden Hackman, to sit on the ball as quick as possible. So we'll see what this young quarterback can do for South Charleston. Sino Riley led the team to their first win in over 1,000 days, trying to lead them to their first consecutive win in a just about as long time. Going to be a 3-receiver set to the very bottom of your screen, lined up out wide. No tight ends on the line, 4 out wide. Here's a underneath give here on the zone. Breaks free on the left sideline to the 50. Stiff arms one down to the Winfield 45-yard line. And a first carry success for the Eagles offense.
First down, Black Eagles.
Be the first down for the Eagles. As number 22, Hall, will pick up a 15-yard gain, give or take a couple of yards, as that one is swallowed up immediately. Not as lucky, as it'll force a second down. Hall will come out after that carry. They will still have Malcolm Brown in the backfield. Amari Valentine and Makai Gordon to the very bottom of your screen as they put a tight end in this set. One man high into the slot lead. That's Devin Laszlo on the far left side. Sending a man in motion, number 88, Miles Terry. Play action look here. Here's a high throw deep and not anyone home, closer to the ref, as miscommunication between Gordon and Riley there on that play. As right now, South Charleston trying to search for answers after back-to-back duffed plays. It should be going to be a 3rd down and about 12 for South Charleston. Winfield willing to test the receivers, but there's a flag on the play. Be another ineligible man downfield there for South Charleston. He got that out quick, so miscommunication all around on that play as the hitch from Gordon was assumed to be a go route by Sino Riley. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Riley takes a 7-step drop, big pressure. It's a screen pass, tip, bobble around, recovered. Here goes Brown, breaks free, down after a first down to the 30, and brought down from behind at around the 26-yard line. And a bobbled catch off a tipped screen from Malcolm Brown results in over a 20-yard carry and a first down for South Charleston as they are on the ball quick. It's going to be a give right back to Brown. He's a workhorse. They didn't even get the stick set, and he won't get much farther than that, about a 1-yard carry after the 30-yard reception on the screen. Winfield not fooled there by the hurry-up offense of South Charleston. Got to the ball quick, still testing those receivers on the outside. One-on-one with Makai Gordon. He has a 30-yard long on the season against Ripley, and that snap is bobbled quickly by Sino Riley, and it just hits the dirt. So a 3rd and long yet again. Going to need some Malcolm Brown magic to get him out of this hole. Spotted around the 34-yard line on the left hash. Same set, no tight ends, 4 receivers, 1 halfback. Dropping back, rolling to his right now. Riley lets one rip, tipped around, bobbled, and finds the ground safely. Almost intercepted by a couple of Generals there. Almost ended up in the hands of number 11 for Winfield. That's Pierce Warline. As it's a 4th down. Looks like the offense is staying on the field on a 4th and very long. A very awkward spot where you can't get a field goal, but it'd be not a good idea to punt. Play action. Stepping up. Sino Riley lets one rip, and it's low and in the dirt. Intended for number 11, Lazo, the freshman. And it is a drive of ups and downs that'll finally end in the Winfield Generals forcing a turnover on downs. It's going to be a 1st down and 10 for the Generals after 2 errant throws by Sino Riley. Hard to find your rhythm as a young quarterback here in your home opener. You know, you get a lot of emotions after that game-winning Hail Mary. You got to settle yourself. 1st and 10, though, from their own 34 on the right hash. The Generals get ready to take aim at touchdown number 2. It's going to be a keeper here with number 4. He breaks free to the left side, running through a man, but not intimidated, is number 1 on the tackle there, Malcolm Brown. He secures him, but a great effort by Jared Miller to pick up about 15 to 20 on the carry. I'll bring up another 1st down for the Winfield Generals as they're firing on all cylinders after forcing turnover. As errors with the clock operator here at South Charleston, not the best sign here for game number 1 here at Oaks Field. 2 receivers to the left here for the Generals, Warline in the slot. They try to get him a jump, won't get any, no dice on it. Levi Crago in the backfield alongside Miller. 5 on the line, 7 in the box for South Charleston. As it'll be an outside zone give. Trying to find room is Crago. Crago to the left side as he sheds a tackle there. A good effort from number 3 from South Charleston as there's a flag on the play. But that's Amari Valentine. He finished with 7 tackles against Ripley just a couple of weeks ago, and he prevented Crago from getting much further after shedding that block. Brody Belcher, the backup quarterback, and also a receiver who has a 53-yard reception on the season. He did have the holding there on, you guessed it, Amari Valentine, as he still shed away and forced Crago out of bounds. So it's a spot of foul as it was downfield. It'll be a 1st down and about 4 here for the Generals. 2 receivers to the top of your screen again. Play action look. It's going to be a quick throw to the slant. Dropped in and out of the hands of Tyler Lottery. The 5'8 junior just let it slip there. That ball couldn't have been in a better position for Winfield. It'll be a second down and short still.
Second down and 4.
As Belcher will come back onto the field as man takes a seat. Dylan Paxton, the man for a tight end for Winfield. Expect a lot more motions plays with him as he'll send it there. Here's another underneath give to Paxton. He fights through one tackle, lunges forward and brought down from behind, gets to the 31-yard line as the senior is being brutal right now. He sheds off Malcolm Brown with ease. First down again for the Generals as they don't look like they're stopping soon.
Clock operator. When I give this signal, that means start the clock.
As again, for the third time, the ref has to announce to the clock operator what's going on. There's a lot of errors. South Charleston still in this 5-2 defensive look. Playing man coverage on the outside. Here's an underneath give to number 23. Fights through one, but doesn't truly get away from it. Tackled by the feet. As it'll be a 2-yard gain after Braden Zuinga secures his first tackle of the night. He leads the team in tackles with 13 total, 11 solo. Miles Terry just behind him with 8 of his own. He also has a fumble recovery on top of a forced fumble. Second down and 9 for the Generals. To the left side of your screen, Tyler Lottery. As it'll be a play action give. It's actually a read by the quarterback, and he's getting nowhere. Jared Miller gets nothing, and he's met early on the outside from Miles Terry and just secured down by Elijah Mason, the freshman. Yeah, 3rd and 9, long third down look here for the Generals. As Pierce Warline looking to line up in the slot. Will be number 1, Brody Belcher, to the very bottom of your screen. Dropping back and rolling left. Lets one sling. It's caught right before a defender can get it, and he got a lot of yards to work with. He'll fight through one, get brought down by a host of Eagles, or a flock of Eagles. It's number 15, Kramer. He'll get the first down completion, about 11 yards through the air for Winfield as they keep rolling with these pass plays. Jared Miller performing a lot better than what he did at Hoover. Finding his man with ease so far. His main incompletion that was to Tyler Lottery, who had that drop right to the helmet. It's going to be a split set receiver side. Shotgun formation. To his right, Crago. It's going to be a play action. Immediate bullet hit hard, and the ball will fall. Malcolm Brown looks like there's going to be a penalty on him. But I don't think they let it go. A hard hit from the safety, and he's letting everyone in the flock know about it. Banging his helmet. That one intended for Drew Mann, who didn't expect that high safety to crash so quickly on the play action give. Second down and 10 for Winfield. As there's a man down with an injury. It looks to be Drew Mann, got the wind taken out of him. We're going to take a quick break while they check up on him. Don't go anywhere. You're watching HD Media Game Day.
Calendar notifications, emails, texts. These are all distractions. They take your attention away from the road, away from stoplights, sudden braking, and unexpected hazards. Distracted driving is dangerous to you and others. And if you're caught with a phone in your hand, it will cost you a minimum of $100, or even worse, it could cost a life. Keep yourself and others safe on the road. You drive, you text, you pay. This message is brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Sometimes the people we love won't say they're hurting, but we see it anyway. Now's the time to get help from trusted professionals who've cared for families like yours for decades. At Generations Physical Therapy, we make it easy. Personalized care, proven support, and a team that sees the person behind the pain. Call today or visit one of our 8 convenient locations for a simple, free consultation.
We'll go back here, first quarter of action between South Charleston and Winfield, as there's a flag immediately after the break. Illegal substitution for Winfield, as they didn't even get set on the line of scrimmage. So it'll be a 2nd and 15 now after the hit on Drew Mann. Drew Mann did walk off the field with his own will, which is a good sign to see. Might have just got the wind knocked out of him. It was a very big hit from Malcolm Brown. He's been lurking so far here early in the first quarter. 7-0 for the Generals. Dropping back. Here's a throw to the outside. Errant tries to dive for it. No dice there for Jared Miller. His first truly off throw of the night. 3rd and 15 again. They're going to have to rely on Miller's arm. More than likely going to see a more spread out set here with the offense. Shotgun formation. Still going to have Paxton there at tight end. Crago has been taking a majority of the snaps. Makes you wonder where Gannon Boggs is, our player to watch out for the Generals. In the slot, number 1, Brody Belcher. Rolling right, Miller. Lets one heave to the back of the end zone. Is he there? He's got it. Flag on the play, but that's a touchdown pending the official. Aiden Tate will find the back of the end zone on a 35-yard touchdown ball. As Tate broke free early. It'll be the 2nd passing touchdown if it stands. I take that back. Number 77 for Winfield could not contain it as the Generals lose a touchdown to that. So strike it off the record for Tate. Number 77 there, that's Jacob Warner, the freshman, 6'4", as it's a 3rd and forever from the 30-yard line. Have to get to the 10 as the play is blown dead before it's snapped. Looks to be encroachment, or it's going to be a timeout by South Charleston. With the South Charleston touchdown, HD Media is also live streaming 16 soccer matches this year, thanks in large part to our title sponsor, Peyton Law. For a complete schedule, be sure to follow us on HD Media GameDay Facebook or Instagram pages. Our next game is set for Tuesday at Hurricane High School as the Redskins host Cabell Midland in a boys match. You can watch all the action live and for free by going to hdmediagameday.com. That is a strike to the heart for the Generals, losing the 2nd passing touchdown of the competition. It's going to be hard for Miller to recover there as he put that ball right on the money. Good separation by Aiden Tate, and it's just brought back to Warner being a little too jumpy on that offensive line. The 3rd time we've seen that penalty in this competition, once for the Eagles and then now twice for Winfield. South Charleston never got off the field for the timeout, just wanted to make Winfield think about their play call a little more. 3rd down and 20. 3 high look on defense for South Charleston, 4 on the line of scrimmage. Still going to keep around 6 in the box. Hackman lined up a little bit to the left side. The zone defense. It's going to be a throw, just Brody Belcher attempt there after the give on the outside zone. He tries to find an out route with nobody home. As Winfield trying to decide what to do on 4th down and very long. Not going to bring out the field goal unit. About the same position South Charleston was in, as they did turn it over after a Sino Riley ball went a little bit errant. Rolling right, looking for the end zone. Miller lets it heave to the right pylon. Batted away and broken up. That's number 10 for South Charleston, Devin Lazo, the freshman, coming up big as they have all the momentum in their favor after what seemed to be a Winfield touchdown taken back by an ineligible man downfield call. Be Preston Perkins on the breakup. Or still believe it was Devin Lazo, number 10, who got there on the breakup in the PA on different pages, as Winfield's defense is already set up there trying to get it back. There'll be a shotgun look for South Charleston again. 4 receivers out wide. Underneath give. Kept, though, by Sino. And he's blown up at the line of scrimmage. Hit hard as number 7. Wasting no time. That's Carson Samples. He has 18 total tackles on the season. Second in the team, including a sack and a half. He leads the Generals in that category. Be a 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard carry by Sino Riley. Be an underneath give here on the zone. He'll fight for a couple, but that's about all they're giving him. 3-yard gain. It'll total out to for Malcolm Brown. 5 yards to go. 3rd and 5. And to force a turnover on downs and go straight to a 3-and-out would not be what you need to see for South Charleston, as looks like Winfield's going to blow this one dead with the timeout. We're going to utilize the timeout with them. We'll be right back. You're watching HD Media Game Day. We'll be right back.
You tell yourself it's fine, that it'll pass, but injuries take you out of the game. Injuries are inconvenient, but so is missing the things you love. Real strength isn't pushing through, it's choosing to heal. At Generations Physical Therapy, we help you recover with purpose, so you're not just back, you're better. Call today for a free consultation. Your comeback starts now.
Lester Raines Mazda in South Charleston has been serving this area for over 50 years. Be moved with a Mazda test drive. Come in and see how Lester Raines Mazda gives you a 5-star rated shopping experience. We will work out your financing so you can sit back and enjoy your new car. At Lester Raines Mazda, it's not just about selling the vehicle, it's about service after the sale. Stop by or visit us online. Lester Raines Mazda in South Charleston.
We're back after the timeout by Winfield. Both teams are now sitting with 2 here for the rest of the first half. 4:01 remaining. South Charleston down a touchdown, but just forced a turnover on downs by the Generals. They face a 3rd and 5. Let's see what Donnie Mays can cook up here for the Eagles. Play action give. Here's a deep ball to the left side, and another miscommunication between Sino Riley and his receiver. This time, Lazo can't haul it in. He ran a post on another go ball. 3rd down and 5. As this time, not near scoring range, so they're going to let them punt this one away. This one's sent high and a little short there from Malachi Hall. It'll roll a little and bounce out of bounds at around the 38-yard line in Winfield territory. Back deep there was Aiden Tate, who almost burned him on the first kickoff of the game. So it's been touchdown, turnover on downs, and then a punt now by South Charleston as the last 4 drives with 3:47 remaining. Winfield having Jared Miller come back out to orchestrate the offense as they go straight into this heavy set. Wishbone look. South Charleston responds with a very loaded box. There's going to be a give to number 8. Fights for a 9-yard gain. As they'll spot him just a little bit short of the line to gain. Another look at this heavy set after the failed spread work. They tried to run the spread a lot there on that last possession, had no luck. Still lined up underneath there. It's been Dylan Paxton the go-to in these heavy sets. As this time, they'll give it to number 15. He'll break one. Ball's on the ground. South Charleston's got it. He's looking at the camera, and it's a 1st down for the Black Eagles. Number 21 immediately pounced on it. Damian Cheney, the sophomore. Has no hesitation there. Immediate contact, helmet into the ball, and it lands perfectly into the hands of Damian Cheney. That's his first recorded stat of the season. the young sophomore. He's going to have something to brag about come Monday morning. So the first turnover of the contest, as they're going to start off the drive. Riley's going to start off with Hall in the backfield. Dropping back, going to load up. Oh, another miscommunication. That's intercepted, and play back-to-back turnovers. The third miscommunication between Riley and his receivers. This time it was Brown who ran a comeback on another go ball. This time it was just Winfield all over it. That's Pierce Warline who will secure his first interception of the season to add to his 11 total tackles. And just a series of unfortunate events for both offenses, as we'll see number 15 return back to the field for Winfield with a lot less weight on his chest. Clayton Kramer is going to feel a lot better about that fumble, considering his defense got it right back for him. 1st and 10 from the Winfield 30 on the left hash. So might be 12-minute, nope, there'll be 4 receivers set, 1 receiver in the backfield. Going to be a speed option to the right side. Crago trying to find the edge, not going nowhere. Spins through, though. They failed to wrap up, and he'll pick up 5. Had the edge secured, but a good cutback spin will get him 5 yards on the carry, the freshman. As Crago, these last 2 games for Winfield, only had 3 carries for 38 yards, but 12.7 yards per carry, which is a very honorable stat there. Looks like they're going to him a lot more, as it's like Gannon Boggs will miss tonight's contest. Now heavily overloaded on the right side. No one to the bottom of your screen. It's going to be a quarterback power to the right side. Tries to find the edge, breaks through, gets the first down, and initially met at the 45, falls to the 47. As Winfield, if they keep it on the ground, they're not having much resistance from the front 7 of South Charleston. Haven't seen much of Bousley or Morgan Watts there for South Charleston. The secondary performing very well. Malcolm Brown with a pass breakup and a good amount of tackles in this contest so far. And just recently picked up, it was Damian Cheney who had a fumble recovery. As it'll be another shotgun look here. Tied underneath. It's going to be a quick give to Crago. Fake the pass, and they'll pick up about 5 yards. So a 2nd and 5 look for the Generals. They keep it on the ground. That's 3 straight run plays where they're picking up positive yards. 0 tackle for loss for the Black Eagles so far. Miller commanding this offense very well. This one, a quick route to the right side there on the swing won't be completed. And yet again, an incomplete pass from Miller. He was rolling there at the start, but can't seem to find his footing now after that initial drive. Or after the initial, after the touchdown that was taken away from him from an ineligible man downfield call. 1:10 left here in the first quarter. Winfield still holds on to their opening drive touchdown. 3rd and 5. Tries to get the Black Eagles to jump there. Doing very good discipline-wise on the defensive front, especially those front 4. As they look to be sending the house. It's going to be an underneath give. Crago trying to find the outside edge. He gets the first down and a little more, but met just after the sticks by, I believe, number 54, Dylan Walls, the junior.
Tackle made by number 23, Caden Thomas.
Like, number 23 came in there a little later and secured the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Generals. Yet again, a lot of first downs outside of their one series where they finished with a 4th down and 20. They've been very consistent on the sticks. One matchup to the bottom of your screen is man on man. Pierce Warline, who has the interception for Winfield. They'll go to a quick 5-yard hitch. He breaks free, makes a man miss, gets down to the 25, and falls at the 21, just short of the 20. The last line of defense again being Malcolm Brown, as there's a flag, I believe, after the play's over. As the initial signal looks to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Generals. So they might be moving him back after they just moved the chains. As we wait for the head ref to give us the call. And it will be unsportsmanlike by number 2 on the offense, Aiden Tate, the receiver. Got a little too chippy there at the end after Crago picks up the first on his outside give. So it'll still be first down for the Generals, just from where they were before the play started. They'll mark them about the 37-yard line as they keep switching out their outside receiver. They move Warline down to the slot. Still have Dylan Paxton in that tight end position as there's a penalty before the snap. Looking down the line. It's going to be on the defense there. Miles Terry, he gets the encroachment. So trading penalty for penalty, turnover for turnover with 10 seconds left as it starts to dwindle down, as looks like they're going to go to the second quarter. So your score after 1, the Winfield Generals 7 and the South Charleston Black Eagles 0. We'll be right back after a quick break for your second quarter action.
Before you hit the hiking trails with your crew, make a quick stop at your local Little General convenience store. We've got the snacks, drinks, and gas to keep you going. Because every great hike starts with a little planning and a lot of snacks. We're proud to be part of your journey, rooted in West Virginia and built for the road ahead. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Are things in your home not working the way they should? Air conditioner no longer cooling? No hot water? How about that annoying dripping faucet that just won't stop dripping? Remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has been serving the area for more than 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has the most professional technicians standing by to address all of your needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Call us today and schedule your in-home service or schedule online at mullenplumbing.com.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back.
Hey, welcome back here to the second quarter of action. As Winfield immediately goes straight to the bubble screen to the left side. Tate, he finds the sideline to the 20, flag on the play, spins away and gets down to the 5-yard line, but it's coming back, I believe. The left sideline official let his flag fly just around when Tate was crossing the 20. So it looks to be another holding on the Generals. It's the second time there they've had a play over 15 yards taken away by holding. This time it happened to Pierce Warline. Be a first and 10 as it was past the line to gain. But Winfield will reset after getting a very big gain. Shotgun formation, 1 receiver to the right. Underneath give to number 7. He finds the edge. Another flag on the play. So this one might also come back on the right sideline. Another 15, about 20-yard gain there by number 7 for the Generals, Carson Samples. We'll wait for the head ref again. as he gives the signal. Illegal formation, the third time an illegal formation was called on Winfield, and they've all come on big plays. The 1st and 15 now after 2 plays that put them within striking distance inside of the goal line. The odds of Lightning striking twice are bad, but 3 times is almost impossible, as it'll be Miller looking to the sideline, just praying he sees no yellow cloth. It's going to be Warline on the right side. Shotgun form again. It's going to be another give underneath. This time, no luck for the Generals. Immediately brought down. It's Carson Samples, not nearly as lucky. It'll be a 2nd and 13 now for the Generals. Zuinga there, his 3rd tackle. He is the tackle leader in the team, especially with solos, as he is the only player in double digits with 11. Going to move him up to 12 with that one. Overloading the left side of the field is the Generals. Miller probably going to go through the air here. Here's a play action. It'll actually be a read option. He'll keep it. Tries to find the hole. Splits through 2 defenders. Spins off 1. And he'll fall forward. 1st down. Jared Miller and the Generals, despite all the penalties, have clawed their way near the red zone with a 1st down and 10. They'll be marked at the 24-25. And this time we're not waiting for the official to say anything.
Tackle made by number 87 for the Black Eagles.
Number 87 there for South Charleston will secure the tackle. He's not listed on the roster.
From the 25-yard line.
So they'll split their receivers this time. Warline to the bottom, Tate to the top. Miller again. Set back in the backfield, not under center. It's going to be a quick throw to the hitch. Completed. Tate fighting through. Lost the ball! But he did not. It's going to be an unnecessary roughness there. A tackle after the whistle by Amari Valentine almost strips it away. But Tate secured there with strong hands and ends up drawing a flag that'll move him 15 yards forward. So it's going to be a 1st down and goal from the 10 for the Generals if this call is what we're all thinking as the South Charleston faithful not happy. And I bet the flock is even unhappier. And it will be, as in the motion of swinging him around while the whistle was blown, didn't send him to the ground. That one's not going to sit well over on this side of the bleachers, as I'm sure there's a compelling argument on the green side. So 1st down and goal for the Generals, where they may get about a yard of leeway there for to reset the sticks, and they will. So 1st and 10. They'll say it's at around the 12 or 11 yard line, right back to the wishbone set. As another official's timeout. Maybe a little bit of jawing at each other as he's pointing to that other sideline. And they'll move him forward even more. So 1st and 5 now for Winfield, but this time without the explanation. So I believe it's a 1st and goal, and it will be. So it's actually at around the 9 for the Generals. They marked the ball wrong, I believe, and they're still saying with their original play in the wishbone set. Here's the give, number 7 on the end around. Tries to fight through. Pitched it back out of desperation. His knee hit the ground before he pitched it, and that's something you see with the last minute in the 4th quarter, not in the 3rd minute of the 2nd quarter. That could have gone bad very quick for Carson Samples, who gave it back up to Jared Miller, who was ready to go. 2nd down and goal for Winfield, as it looks like they're going to get out of that wishbone set, keep the quarterback dropping back deep, and it's going to be Brody Belcher to the very top of your screen. Warline in the slot. They still have Caden Hackman there on the outside. Here's the play to the left side of the field, close to breaking through, but they'll mark him down at around the 4 or 3 yard line. So 3rd and goal for Winfield. They still have Brown hanging around the outside. Christian Perkins there, also playing high safety for him. He's going to have to close it on that. He was there with the pass breakup earlier on 4th down. So 3rd down, back to their heavy set. South Charleston responds with their own. It's going to be a keeper, actually an underneath give, trying to fight through number 15. Will he get it? As the officials rush to, they kept him short. That's number 15, Clayton Kramer. He has the fumble, but also about a 30-yard gain to his name. This time, not as lucky as he was on his first carry. So 4th and goal. South Charleston looking for a defensive stand against Winfield to keep the score at 7. But looks like Winfield's going to blow this one dead and send out their field goal unit as they'll take this timeout. Now is a great time to pick up a digital subscription to the Gazette Mail. For just $1, you will get 6 months of access to web stories, the e-edition of the Gazette Mail, plus tons of exclusive feature stories, podcasts, and other shows, and of course, expanded coverage of all your live stream games. Just $1 for half a year. Go to gazettemail.com to subscribe today. As I believe Winfield would go for a field goal here, but they are huddled up pretty strategically. Might go to that wishbone set, try and punch it in, and go up by 2 touchdowns. As we'll check up with scores around the West Virginia State here in AAA. Bridgeport beat the Heritage Virginia Pioneers 33-14. The Lindsay Cadets take down Brooke 42-0. They'll move to 0-2. Brooke will. Elkins takes down AA Moorfield 45-6, and Fairmont Senior takes down Robert C. Byrd. So a 4th and goal. Winfield will go with their heavy set. Miller at the helm still. And the setback is Clayton Kramer. As will be a quarterback keeper. Will he fight through? As the official waits to give the signal. Not one of them sure of it. Waiting for the hands. Still wait, touchdown, Generals. After a long discussion, Jared Miller is feeling himself out of the huddle as they'll line up for the extra point. 13-0 pending the extra kick. South Charleston so close from pulling off their 2nd turnover on downs. As Jared Miller adds to his passing touchdown with a rushing touchdown here in the first half. 8:08 left on the clock as the extra point is up and good by number 86, Braden Whistler. So they switch kickers there at after the 2nd quarter. As we'll get back to some of the scores around West Virginia. East Fairmont took on Grafton and took home a 31-20 win last week. As we'll see what's going on this week. University playing Buchanan Upshur right now in the 2nd quarter. 45-6 for University to school up near Morgantown. George Washington versus Cabell Midland is currently postponed. The 2-0 Patriots looking to extend that record against an 0-2 Cabell Midland team. Spring Valley took on Quad A Huntington as they're trailing 14-7 right now in the 2nd quarter. Brooke and Cambridge playing each other as the tie 0-0. Bridgeport is up big on East Fairmont, 35-7, as Fairmont Senior played Quad A Preston and took home a 63-13 win. We'll get back to more of those later. Winfield will send it downfield, another squib, and it's blown dead as they can't escape these line of scrimmage penalties. It looks like it's going to move the kick back probably about 5 yards. So they call the flag on number 8 for the Generals. That is Dylan Paxton. So I believe he took off a little too early as that left sideline ref was watching him like a hawk. So it will be kicked off from the 35 this time. Expect another squib as he's 2 for 2 on him right now. The lefty junior, Braden Whistler, 5'11", 145. And it will be. It's going to bounce a little bit, get back deep to the return man as he's going to try and bust it to the left side. Makes one miss cleanly down to the 35. Sized up, breaks another tackle to the 40 as he's finally brought down near the 50, and he is coming out steaming. Number 2 for South Charleston, Makai Gordon. 2 impressive moves and an extra effort puts him near midfield after the squib kick scampers to around the 20-yard line. They'll mark it at the 47, as that's got to fire up this offense that really hasn't seen the field in a hot minute. Only one play in the last 8 minutes, and it was an interception to Pierce Warline. As this one will be given underneath to Malcolm Brown. He'll get about 3 yards as they're really working him there, but when you rush for around 200 yards, 236 yards to be exact, in the first game of the season, you're destined to get a lot of carries come game 2. 2nd and 7. Try to get him to jump, looks back to the sideline. Donnie Mays leading the team back to victory after taking a 3-year hiatus. As the snap is dropped again, it's still on the ground. It's still, and now it's recovered by the Generals. Back-to-back turnover drives. The ball falls between Ceno Riley's legs, and then number 1, Malcolm Brown, just could not gather it as 4 Generals came in and scooped it up. As threw it there, that's the Malcolm Brown carry there initially before it. But number 7 will come away with his first fumble recovery. They'll set up a 1st down and 10. As Riley now has a fumble and an interception and no touchdowns or points to the South Charleston scoreboard. Winfield starts off on the 40 in Black Eagle territory. Throws it across his body, high and away, and almost so high that Valentine couldn't expect it. Eased up on the ball a little bit there, but there'll be another flag. It's going to be a holding on Winfield. That's number 64, senior Jackson Sweeney, 6'3", 220. He also has 6 tackles on the season. He's starting there at guard for the Generals. Crago still taking the majority of the snaps here from halfback. They keep Paxton at that tight end position. So move everything up. Going to send Aiden Tate, who's been very good with his legs so far as a return man on that initial kickoff. And a couple of receptions here and there. Miller, after his rushing touchdown and seeing his defense force back-to-back turnovers, has got to be fired up as a quarterback. It's going to be a long give to the outside, a sweep run. Crago cuts it back inside to the numbers at the 40, fighting forward, and the 1st and 20 is turned into a 2nd down and about 6. A 14-yard carry for the freshman who's filling some big shoes in Gannon Boggs. Got a very few usage in those first 2 games, but playing Hoover does not help that case on trying to expand your stats, as no one got lucky there. 2nd down and about 6 for the Generals. 5 on the line for South Charleston. Here's another underneath pitch again there. Number 8 fighting through, barrels, head down after he shakes a tackle there from Hackman and falls forward. That's Dylan Paxton again on this underneath shovel pass. That helps Jaron Miller's stats a lot more than you think. These short little completions are not really airing it out as much as these stats would suggest. He has 3 touchdowns so far through the air this season and makes it 4 in the first quarter. Should be 5 without that penalty. 1st and 10 now from the 24-yard line. Wishbone set. As they'll give it to the outside again. Here goes Paxton. Just initial contact at the 23. He barreled to about the 16. As it's going to be another holding. As I'll move it back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Looks like it was on the line of scrimmage, so first down and 20 yet again for the Generals. 5:51, just a little over halfway through this second quarter. So they've lost 20 yards to penalties on this drive. They started on the 40, currently on the 34-yard line. As it'll be shotgun form for the Generals. It could be an underneath give, just trying to get some yards back, and he will. For a little bit more than a first down if it wasn't another holding, and another 14-yard carry on a first down and 20. Number 7 picks up those yards there. That's Carson Samples. He's having a sneaky good game, not on the radar at all. The junior has been able to pick up chunky yardage here out of the backfield. Him and Crago have gone 50-50 so far in the snaps from the halfback position. One-on-one coverage to the very top of your screen. Only one high safety for South Charleston. Play action. Here's an outside give to the top of your screen. Tate trying to make a man miss, secures the catch past the sticks. Valentine wrestles him down, but he will never hit the ground, but whistled dead after no movement there. But first down again, Winfield Generals. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Jaron Miller right now slinging it well. Had a couple of throws in that first quarter where he couldn't find the tempo, but seems like he's got it back. On the other hand, Ceno Riley, who had a very good 16-29 performance in his last showing against Ripley, has had multiple miscommunications, and one of them that ended up in an interception. Winfield looks to the sideline now. 3 receiver set. It's going to be Kramer at that tight end position. Another underneath give. Stick with it. Tripped up and going nowhere. Again, Carson Samples getting the give and will get brought down by his shoestrings. Braden Zuinga, the captain, senior, gets another tackle for loss on the season. They'll send Belcher off the field here for a new formation, or it looks like he's going to go get the play call. It's going to be 5 on the line here for Winfield. Be an underneath give. It's going to be a fake here. Read option. He's got space. Going to spin through one. Touchdown, Generals. And Jaron Miller turning on his legs here in the second quarter. His second rushing touchdown of the first half. This one's good for about a 14-yarder. As Winfield, 20 unanswered pending this next extra point, as they'll send out Jaron Alexander after the last one was attempted by Braden Whistler. And the Generals are on a roll. Back-to-back scoring drives after back-to-back forced turnovers by the defense. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, South Charleston will have one more shot at the end zone with 3:26 left. We'll be right back.
This has been Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted Best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
This HD Media Game Day production of South Charleston football is brought to you in part by the University of Charleston, relationship rich, career relevant. David Smith Frame and Body Shop in St. Albans, serving the needs of Kanawha and Putnam County residents for more than 30 years. The City of South Charleston, someplace special. And by Generations Ford, one destination for every generation. This
Sophomore quarterback Sino Riley. He starts off in Winfield territory for the first time tonight. Need to establish a run game here. They've kind of went away from Malcolm Brown with just really the lack of offense. 3:13 remaining, and that's what they'll do. Brown gets the give here on the inside zone, fights forward and picks up around 6. So a good start to this first possession, as they've had a 1-play turnover possession and then a 2-play fumble possession. So things not going too well for the Black Eagles. Underneath give and wrapped up immediately, and number 80, Drew Mann's letting them know about it. Looks like the refs missed a Generals player getting off the field there, as they got away with one there. 3rd down and about 7. Riley has been flustered so far in this game. He has 3 receivers out wide, 1 tight end. Standing beside him is right-hand man Malcolm Brown, the senior captain, who's put in a lot of work for this offense so far, despite the donut on the scoreboard. And they'll give it right back to him. Let him go to work. 7 yards, guaranteed. He's fighting for more. To the 30, at the 25. He'll run through a man and go out of bounds. 2:06, and this one might come back. Tackle by Carson Samples, as he wasn't too comfortable with it. And a holding on South Charleston. So the crowd, who's been relatively silent, had a play to get into there, and the air just sucked out of this home field bleachers. So a 3rd down and about 11, as that holding was pretty far downfield. They're going to give Brown a break and put in Malachi Hall, their punter, believe it or not, lining up behind the quarterback here. It's just going to try and get yards. Hall going nowhere, as these are the amount of Winfield players not on the ball than on the ball, and getting extra chippy on the edge there, number 70. It looks like the refs are going to talk this one out. Aiden Oliver with the last piece of contact there, holding his hands up in defense. So 4th down and long, 1:43 left. It's hard to say what you do here if you're Donnie Mage. You don't want to go into the half scoreless, but do you want to risk giving Winfield a possession near midfield after they've capitalized on the last 2 turnovers? 4th and long. Give it about 12 yards, and they'll burn a timeout. Mays will reconcile with his team here. Might just have to air one out and make sure the player runs for it. Right now for South Charleston, the most notable stat is by number 21, Damian Cheney. His first recorded stat this season was a fumble recovery. That was Clayton Kramer, who got the ball popped out by a South Charleston helmet. In terms of Riley, not as lucky as he was, or not as good as it was 2 weeks ago in Ripley. The 5'11 sophomore has missed the mark a lot of times, and one of them ended up in an interception, his 2nd of the season. Him and Brown had a miscommunication there with their snapper, as the ball just hit the ground and was never recovered by the Black Eagles on their last offensive possession. That led to back-to-back turnovers and back-to-back rushing touchdowns by quarterback from Winfield, Jared Miller. Right now, he secured 1 passing touchdown and 2 rushing touchdowns, as Pierce Warline, the slot guy for Winfield, has got an interception to his name. Play action look. Sino stepping up, spinning away, trying to get the 12 with his legs. Going to dive forward, and it's not going to be enough. A flashy play that's just about 3 yards short of being a highlight. So Winfield, with 1:14 left, have a chance to make this a 4-possession game with a touchdown, and a very hard 3-possession game with a field goal. So 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line, as the offense will waste no time to get ready. Still in this 3-high look back there. Christian Perkins, number 1, Malcolm Brown, 2 of those high guys. As they'll keep a quarterback keeper here. not really much urgency to push the ball downfield. They'll pick up about a yard, and that might be pushing it there on the Jared Miller keeper. So they'll give him about 1 or 2, so it'll be a 2nd down and 8. 50 seconds remaining here. I'm not sure if they're going to say give number 1 Brody Belcher, who's on the bottom of your screen, a go ball here, and man-on-man coverage with the junior Christian Perkins, as they'll let one loose here. A slant pass underneath, and that one could be flagged, and it will be. As the 2nd time we've seen Malcolm Brown lay a hard hit. So Winfield receiver there, slow to get up. I believe that was Tyler Lottery. As Brown is heated after that exchange. So defensive receiver, they're going to give him contact to that. 31.6 remaining. As it's like he's going to stay down for a bit. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be the end of the 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
It's the saucy summer of barbecue at Tudor's. Tender pulled pork, smothered in 3 delicious new sauces. Sweet teriyaki, savory and thick. Carolina Gold, tangy and bold. Honey sriracha, hot and spicy. Topped with our creamy coleslaw. Sweet teriyaki, Carolina Gold, honey sriracha. Tudor's Biscuit World's pulled pork barbecue is bursting with flavor. Awesome sauce.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends, one deal.
And we're back here after the penalty on number 1 Malcolm Brown, hitting a defenseless player that'll give Winfield position inside of the South Charleston half. 31.6 seconds remaining, a 3-touchdown commanding lead as they'll drop back, rolling right. Miller heaves it deep, looking, tipped around, and Brown will get credited with the pass breakup there. That couldn't have been better on his end. That's his 2nd pass defense of the game, as they were looking for the long ball to the 6'2 senior Drew Mann. He has 2 receptions on the year. Tried to make it 3 there, but not a chance there. And regardless of the catch, I didn't see the flag fly, but it'll be moved back another 10 yards on the line of scrimmage. As Brown will stay back there at deep safety. He's going to be very busy here on these next couple of plays with 25 seconds left, as the refs now will gather with each other. Looks like it's the right side, the South Charleston sideline ref who's looks like they're taking an issue. So his previous spot, 10 yards, that was near the sticks that the penalty was, as that does save Winfield. Nope, it was not. It was out on the line of scrimmage, so it'll save him no yards. 2nd down and 20. 21 zip still your score. As Elijah Cawson is back there with Brown, as well as Amari Valentine. Those are your 3 main DBs here for the South Charleston team. The front 8 really holding their own on the South Charleston team. Noel Mason down there. He's on the right edge at linebacker. He's done very well alongside of Caden Hackman, with Malachi Hall as well. It's going to be a shovel pass again here to Paxton. Paxton buries through, and it takes 3 Eagles to bring him down. A 20-yard 2nd down attempt turns into a 1st down and 10 for Winfield at around the 32, 16.7 seconds. And it's going to be a timeout by the Generals, as they're going to look to discuss this one, their 2nd timeout. And we'll keep things here through the timeout. We'll go for the rest of West Virginia as it'll be around halftime here for most games. Allegheny, Virginia takes on Greenbrier East at home. It'll be a 2-0 Greenbrier East team that is tied 7-7 with them in the second quarter. Nitro playing Herbert Hoover right now, a Hoover team that skunked Winfield 28-0 just last week, only up 12-7 on Nitro. John Marshall played Bel Air, Ohio, as it's a 20-8 score for John Marshall. Robert Seabird and Kaiser facing off. They're scoreless through one, as both offenses yet to get moving. Elkins and Lewis County face off against each other. The 2-0 Elkins has a 41-3 commanding lead over Lewis County. Ripley, who was handed their only loss so far at 1-1 to South Charleston, taking on an 0-1 Lincoln County Panthers team. They're both deadlocked at 0. Philip Barber, AA, up against North Marion, a 2-0 AAA team, losing to a 2-0 AA team. Upset alert for the Colts. It'll be a 1st and 10 though for Winfield from about the 33-yard line. Looks like they're gonna give it a heave or two to the back of the end zone. Rolling to his right now. It's gonna be dumped off, so nothing going on that play. Breaks through a couple of tackles and gets positive yards after catching the ball around 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So a 2nd down, no timeout needed, 9.6 seconds remaining for the Generals. Looked like he was initially trying to get an end zone ball off, but the pressure got to him too quick. As we still haven't heard too much from the South Charleston crowd. Not too much to get behind, as offense has been stagnant, and outside of a couple plays, Winfield's been rolling on offense. Dropping back, a lot of time to throw. Here's a heave to the right side end zone. He's got him burnt, caught, and it's going to be a touchdown for number 11. Pierce Warline just sneaks right by number 4, Elijah Cawson, as it'll be 27-0 for Winfield in the first half. The second passing touchdown of the first half for Jared Miller, as Warline adds to his interception with a receiving touchdown. All 4 touchdowns have come from the hands or legs of Miller, as 1.7 ticks remain on this clock. Extra point will be attempted by Braden Whistler again, his 3rd attempt at putting it through the uprights. It'll be up and good, dead straight. 27-0. As we look back at this play, just a clean pocket, let one fly, and it looks like he lost his hip there on the right side. Elijah Cawson just tried to make a play on the ball as it just kept sailing towards Pierce Warline, who had about 3 or 4 steps of opening to walk into the end zone there scot-free. A rough one so far in the first half, as you can hear the frustration from the sideline from Donnie Mays, as he's not too happy with the Black Eagles so far. Headset off, and they'll hopefully get a good kickoff return. That's been consistent so far. Bakai Gordon line up to the right side. He's been very shifty for this team. Christian Perkins will be the other man back deep to return. Yet again, it will be Whistler, who will more than likely lay a little squib down the middle to close things out here in the first half. And he will. Low roller. Takes a bad bounce. Caught, though. Number 10 taking some room to the right side. Breaks through one. Shakes off another. Now to the 40. And he's brought out of bounds. So returns good. The rest for South Charleston, not so much. Your score at the end of 2. The Winfield Generals up 28-0 to the South Charleston Black Eagles. We'll be back after a halftime performance from the Winfield Generals band. Enjoy.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia Hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
You tell yourself it's fine, that it'll pass, but injuries take you out of the game. Injuries are
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
I'm Chris Miller, and I'm proud to sponsor productions like this one that showcase the best of this great state. School pride runs deep here. Friday night lights, crowded gyms, packed auditoriums. It's what makes this such a great place to live and work. So be true to your school. And at Dutch Miller Auto, we're there with you. Because when we build on our young people, everybody wins. I'm proud to lead the way as we bring out the best in West Virginia. I'm Chris Miller, and enjoy the game.
Surround yourself with beautiful views at the Eagle's Nest Restaurant and Lounge, open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Try our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet on Saturdays from 9 to noon. How about lunch instead? Join us for our lunch buffet on Sunday and Wednesday through Friday from noon to 2. Want a place to relax after a long week? Our lounge has happy hour every Friday night starting at 4:30. Great quality food at prices you'll love. Come to Eagle's Nest Restaurant, just off Canal Turnpike in South Charleston.
Geno's is spicing things up with 2 new specialty pizzas featuring our new hot honey sauce.
Our hot honey pizza is topped with red pepper flakes, sliced Italian sausage, jalapenos, and onions.
The sweet heat pizza features slices of Italian sausage, green peppers, and onions.
Both are drizzled with our signature hot honey sauce.
Hot honey, it brings the heat.
Sweet heat, the perfect balance of spice and sweet.
2 bold new flavors, available for a limited time at Geno's Pizza and Spaghetti House.
Score big this fall with GoMart. Every Saturday through the end of October, GoMart Rewards members earn triple points on all purchases. And while you rack up on rewards points, be sure to scan the QR code in-store for more ways to win. Each scan is a chance to score the ultimate tailgating package with a $200 GoMart gift card, tailgating supplies, and more. GoMart is your hookup for the football season. Visit the GoMart app or GoMart.com to learn more. GoMart is the official convenience store of WVU Athletics.
Calendar notifications, emails, texts. These are all distractions. They take your attention away from the road, away from stoplights, sudden braking, and unexpected hazards. Distracted driving is dangerous to you and others. And if you're caught with a phone in your hand, it will cost you a minimum of $100, or even worse, it could cost a life. Keep yourself and others safe on the road. You drive, you text, you pay. This message is brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Sometimes the people we love won't say they're hurting, but we see it anyway. Now's the time to get help from trusted professionals who've cared for families like yours for decades. At Generations Physical Therapy, we make it easy. Personalized care, proven support, and a team that sees the person behind the pain. Call today or visit one of our 8 convenient locations for a simple, free consultation. You tell yourself it's fine, that it'll pass, but injuries take you out of the game. Injuries are inconvenient, but so is missing the things you love. Real strength isn't pushing through, it's choosing to heal. At Generations Physical Therapy, we help you recover with purpose, so you're not just back, you're better. Call today for a free consultation. Your comeback starts now.
Lester Raines Mazda in South Charleston has been serving this area for over 50 years. Be moved with a Mazda test drive. Come in and see how Lester Raines Mazda gives you a 5-star rated shopping experience. We will work out your financing so you can sit back and enjoy your new car. At Lester Raines Mazda, it's not just about selling the vehicle, it's about service after the sale. Stop by or visit us online. Lester Raines Mazda in South Charleston. Move and be moved.
Before you hit the hiking trails with your crew, make a quick stop at your local Little General convenience store. We've got the snacks, drinks, and gas to keep you going. Because every great hike starts with a little planning and a lot of snacks. We're proud to be part of your journey, rooted in West Virginia and built for the road ahead. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
stuff. This commentator's voice really puts me at ease.
sorry, that's annoying.
That's fine.
Are things in your home not working the way they should? Air conditioner no longer cooling? No hot water? How about that annoying dripping faucet that just won't stop dripping? Remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has been serving the area for more than 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has the most professional technicians standing by to address all of your needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Call us today and schedule your in-home service or schedule online at mullenplumbing.com.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted Best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
This HD Media Game Day production of South Charleston football is brought to you in part by the University of Charleston, relationship rich, career relevant. David Smith Frame and Body Shop in St. Albans, serving the needs of Kanawha and Putnam County residents for more than 30 years. The City of South Charleston, someplace special. And by Generations Ford, one destination for every generation.
It's the saucy summer of barbecue at Tudor's. Tender pulled pork, smothered in 3 delicious new sauces. Sweet teriyaki, savory and thick. Carolina Gold, tangy and bold. Honey sriracha, hot and spicy. Topped with our creamy coleslaw. Sweet teriyaki, Carolina Gold, honey sriracha. Tudor's Biscuit World's pulled pork barbecue is bursting with flavor. Awesome sauce.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia Hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the second half of action between South Charleston and the Winfield Generals. South Charleston trails big to Winfield, 28-0. I am Brett Wilson, your play-by-play commentator for tonight's contest, as the Generals have been rolling very, very strongly, especially there in the second quarter where they got 21 of their 28 points. On the defensive end of things, it was two turnovers forced by the Generals. Number 7, Carson Samples recovers a fumble after a drop snap by Ceno Riley. And number 11, Pierce Warline, has an interception to his name after a miscommunication between Riley and Lazo, the freshman receiver. So Miller, on the other hand, for the offense of the Generals, has been all legs and all arm. He's done everything he's been asked of and just a little bit more. He has 2 passing touchdowns, especially a 40-yard, about a 30-yard heave to the right sideline to Pierce Wardline after a blown coverage on the right side by South Charleston's Elijah Cosson. Miller's 2 rushing touchdowns. One came on a 4th down and goal, as both teams were supposed to be ready set here about 30 seconds from now, but they both come out of the locker room just a little bit late. Miller looks to extend it. He's been very confident in the pocket. Just a couple of possessions where his throws have been off the chain, just not on a rope like it needs to be. A couple of drops. A touchdown was taken away from Miller there that resulted in a turnover on downs. It eventually spiraled up to a 4th down and 20 for Winfield with a pass breakup by Christian Perkins on South Charleston. That was a very good play by that young man. No stats recorded so far on him for the season, but that one was a first on the South Charleston side of defense, it's been a lot of this high safety Malcolm Brown rushing the ball. They haven't done too well, as you can tell by that scoreboard, but they still got a lot done defensively despite the score. It's been short field that's helped Winfield get there. The 2 turnovers by Cena Riley, the fumble and the interception, have done them no justice. 2 turnovers on downs, I believe, for South Charleston, as well as they were in their first drive of the game. They were around the 30-yard line on a 4th down and 15, not in field goal range, but definitely not in punting range. It was a ball that just 4 yards short of the target on an inside dig by number 3, Amari Valentine. Penalties have taken control of this game as well. Winfield, like I said, had a touchdown taken away from a penalty, and at least 50 yards in penalty yards easy, as they have converted 3 1st and 20s, though, this game, and 2 of them were consecutive attempts. It's been very easy for them to get yards, but the penalties have really held them back. This could be a 42-0 game, a 49-0 game, pending some Winfield penalties. But they need to get their quarterback moving on the South Charleston Black Eagle side. Cena Riley, he completed 16 of 29 in their last competition against Repoli, in their first win in over 1,000 days. Right now it's not shaping up to be in the same shape, as he's had about 4 or 5 throws where the receiver just did not run the route he was thinking. A lot of go balls that were cut short because the receiver ran a hitch or ran a comeback, just not on the same level whatsoever. Going out to the center now for both teams, number 71, Morgan Watts, the junior captain, with the halftime handshake. As it'll be South Charleston will start with the ball. As number 44, Noel May, sorry, number 64 there on the Winfield side with the handshake, Jackson Sweeney, the captain, the senior 6'3", 220 offensive lineman. We'll try and get things set off. A lot of squibs so far have came from this 2-kicker rotation, mainly Braden Whistler. He's been the head kicker, he's been the kickoff starter at least for this team, as they'll look to continue this. In terms of returns, though, Makai Gordon has at least 60 yards just on returns alone, 2 of them ending up in Winfield territory, and not so bad by Christian Perkins, who got the one to end the first half. It ended up at the Winfield 40, but the clock just expired on their drive there before it even started. So it looks like they are rolling out a new kicker. So that's the one thing South Charleston's really held over the Generals today, is these kick returns put them in great positions. It'll be Jackson Alexander. He's taking an extra point. Now he's going to take a kickoff, and I bet he's going to send this one through the air. And he will. This one going deep and short of going out into the back of the end zone. It lands on the 2, a perfect kick, bobbled around now, and no luck for number 10, Christian Perkins. The kickoff could not have been better by the junior Jackson Alexander. He's going to get some congratulations there on the sideline. That was a beautiful kickoff that lands just at the 2, bobbled around a little bit, and usually starting at the 30, the Black Eagles are starting at their own 10, which is just opposite of what they're expecting right now. An offense that's already struggled with good field position now faces a 90-yard drive to reach the end zone, something they have not accomplished yet. Been close once, but the turnover on downs after a penalty really set them off. Gonna look towards Malcolm Brown here on the give to start things off, trying to cut field back again. He's going to try and break through one. He does. Down to the 15 and ran for about 40 yards and will be brought down at about the 16, 17-yard line. So just a circus play. See that in Madden, just running around. Going to be gassed for just about a 7-yard gain. 2nd down and 3 for South Charleston. They'll keep Brown out there, hanging his head a little heavy after that carry. Sidelines confused on what to do, and it's going to be a flag. Going to be a false start there by the already fatigued Malcolm Brown after one play here in the first quarter. So he gets his 7-yard gain to mow it down to a 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8 for the Black Eagles. To the top of your screen, you got number 11, Devin Lazo, and number 3, Amari Valentine, that game-winning touchdown against Ripley. Really hasn't seen the ball much as there's just miscommunication all over. Cena Riley. Another give inside, this time to Brown. Shakes off one, gets to the line of scrimmage, and is jostled around a little bit before being brought down and around the 16-yard line on the left sideline. 3rd and 5 for South Charleston. Right now, offense picking up right where it left off in the second quarter. Going to be a uphill struggle to get back into this game. Going into the break, down 28. I'm sure that Coach Johnny Mays was not too pleased, especially coming away with a win last weekend, or 2 weeks ago. Riley bobbles a snap, looking downfield, lets one go. This time they're on the same page, but just a little too much on it by about 2 yards. Makai Gordon could not get around number 3, Tyler Lottery, who was step by step with him. No break there on the route by Gordon. So this time they are going to send out the punting unit. Malachi Hall, a 3-play, 5-yard possession that will end in a punt. Back deep to return, it's Aiden Tate. This one sent high and spiraling to the right. Tate's going to take it off a bounce, and he fields it well at the 50. Cuts back now at the 40. Breaks around one tackle, and there's going to be a flag on the far right side of the field. That's a hard call for a right sideline official to make. Came right after the first missed tackle by South Charleston. And it looks to be a holding on the Generals. Still going to discuss this one over with the rest of the officials. Face mask on the defense, and that's some eagle eyes on that sideline official. He saw that one from far away. So the return that got out to about the 35 will end up at the 21, so about the 36. A 15-yard bonus added to the return, and they're knocking on the red zone on play 1. Field positioning for Winfield could not be better. And Winfield will burn a timeout as they weren't ready to be in this position yet. And with that, fall football in West Virginia is unlike anything else. HD Media is live streaming more than 30 high school games this year. Next week, George Washington will host South Charleston. You can also watch Huntington take on Hurricane, or a big one down in Madison as Scott battles Independence. It's all live and for free in one convenient location, hdmediagameday.com. Now, Winfield is quick out of the huddle. They just needed to make sure they were on the same page offensively after getting set up on the 20-yard line. It'll be about a 30-yard return with the penalty added on, so only about 15 given the initial effort there by Aiden Tate, but it benefits them well. Still lining up in the backfield there. It's going to be Crago. It's going to be a dump underneath the Paxton. Shuffles through one, trucks through another, and will fall forward at around the 10-yard line. First down and first and goal for the Generals. Knocking on the end zone one more time with only 2 minutes and 10 seconds surpassed so far in the second half. As not a fan on their feet on the South Charleston side. Things are not going as what they expected here tonight. Shotgun form. Here's a quick bubble route. It's dropped again the second time. We've seen Miller hit someone dead in the hands and it won't fall. This time it's Brody Belcher who can't hold this one in. Jared Miller, just these quick routes he's been very skillful on. He really hasn't missed big on any throws outside of a couple. And he's had 2 instances now where he can put the ball in between the face mask of the player and they don't haul it in. This time it's going to be an outside zone look, another shovel pass underneath to Paxton. He'll fall forward a little bit, pick up about 4, as it'll be a 3rd and goal for the Generals as they bring out their big tight end, Drew Mann. Could be going to a heavier set. They'll keep it out of the under center set, back to shotgun. Mann will line up on the line of scrimmage. You got 7 on the line for Winfield. 2 receivers out wide. 1 back to the right of them. And they get them to jump all game. It's been little encroachment calls, but that one was clear as day. Number 22, Malachi Hall, just jumped the gun a little early. And a disciplined game by Hall. It's been Miles Terry's had 2 encroachments, but the rest of South Charleston has tried to haul it in. They've been 1 hitting penalty there with Malcolm Brown. But that one was clear as day. We saw it from, you could have saw it from the opposite side of the Winfield bleachers. And they're going straight to their heavy wishbone set. It's going to be the sweeping give to number 7. Jumping up in the air is Miller, as they're going to spot him short just a couple of inches on second down. Or I believe it'll be first down because of the false start. So now it should be second down just from about the 1. And it is not fourth down. Should be about second down. So there's a miscommunication on the sideline downage there. As it will be fourth down. Thank you. Lost about half of us in the stadium, but now the South Charleston faithful have a chance for another goal line stand. Last time we were here, Jared Miller punched it in with a QB sneak. I wouldn't be surprised, but it's going to be a keeper on a little boot, and he'll knock it in, just lightly tapped on the hip. That is his 5th touchdown of the contest. Jared Miller is having a legacy game. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. In total, that'll be his 9th, including his passing touchdowns. And that does include this game as well. So, looks like they're going to try for the extra point. They sent out number 86 there, Braden Whistler. The 2 kicking rotation has worked flawlessly for him so far. 4 for 4 on extra points. Make it 5 for 5. So, Winfield up 35-0. With 7:54 remaining. We're going to take a quick break. When we're back, South Charleston ball. We'll be right back.
Are things in your home not working the way they should? Air conditioner no longer cooling? No hot water? How about that annoying dripping faucet that just won't stop dripping? Remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has been serving the area for more than 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has the most professional technicians standing by to address all of your needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Call us today and schedule your in-home service or schedule online at mullenplumbing.com.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers.
And we're back here after the Winfield General touchdown. Braden Whistler will be out for the kickoff, so you know it's squibbing, but this time he actually launches it. And Makai Gordon, good return man so far, gets it around the 3. Finds some room, breaks through 1, and is wrapped around his ankles and hip and around the 27-yard line for the Black Eagles. As a sluggish offense returns to the field, they need to get something moving momentum-wise if they want to have a chance. Only about 20 minutes left in this entire ball game, and they haven't had a red zone drive yet. They're putting a lot of faith in this sophomore quarterback, Ceno Riley, and right now this is a big moment to try and take away a win from Winfield, who's been very good over the last couple of years. Last year they had their first losing season in about 4 years, but the year before a 9-3 finish. Saw very quality victories in that time span, and looks like they're getting back to their winning ways. As HD Media is also live streaming 16 soccer matches this year, thanks in large part to our title sponsor, Peyton Law. For a complete schedule, be sure to follow us on our HD Media Game Day Facebook or Instagram pages. Our next game is set for Tuesday at Hurricane High School, and the Redskins host Cabell Midland in a boys match. You can watch all the action live and for free by going to hdmediagameday.com. Just around 7:45 left here in the third quarter. Only about 2 yards of progress for that last drive for South Charleston. Looks like there's a man down on the opposite side of the field. That was what the break was for. It was not a timeout. Number 7, Carson Samples, went down there. Looks like he's cramping a little bit. Helped off the field, but using most of his walking weight there. So 1st and 10 for South Charleston after the return. Puts them at about the 26-yard line. 4 receivers out wide. 1 halfback back with them. Going to be a quick bubble screen, get some momentum going. Makai Gordon, though, has to shake it, will not. Got a handful of jersey, and it's a great wrap-up to stop them from getting any yards after the catch. It will be a loss of about 2 on the completion. That's number 2 for the Winfield Generals, Aiden Tate, the junior, who with 3 tackles, he has a solo tackle. That'll make it 2 for number 2. So a completion is good for Sino Riley. Loss in yards is quite the opposite. Needs to have his playmakers step up if they're going to go for their short dink passes. This one's going to be a handoff inside to Brown. Brown shakes through 1 tackle and is brought down by 2 Generals. Initial contact made there by Clayton Kramer, as they'll drag him down after a gain of about 6 or 7. 3rd down and 5. Line up to the bottom of your screen is number 10, Christian Perkins. As almost a false start on Perkins. They'll take another bubble screen there. Good play call. Trying to break free on the right side. Trying to stiff arm through number 2 there, Tate. A good wrap up. Devin Lazo will get the first down and about 25 on the quick screen. And South Charleston may have found a scheme that's going to work for them. Don't force these deep balls. Get them short. Get them out to your athletes and let them make a play. And it's going to add on another 15. So about 40 yards of net progress there for South Charleston in one play. A great play there by the freshman Devin Lazo to get some yards after catch on the bubble screen. And just getting that stiff arm out there made Tate a little too desperate to get the tackle. And it'll hurt them bad. Knocking on the red zone about the 32-yard line. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. It's going to be a keeper here for number 8. Fights through a tackle and brought down after a gain of about, I'd say, 7 yards there. Sino Riley starting to make things happen for South Charleston just like he did 2 weeks ago against Ripley. 2nd down and about 2 or 3. They'll say 2nd and 2. This time flipping their formation set. 3 receivers now to the right of Sino Riley. Line up to the right hand, Malcolm Brown. Might go with another read option look, and they will. They'll give it off, though. Brown fighting through the offensive line, and there's a flag down near side of the field right where all the contact was. Only a gain of about 1. As we'll wait for the official to give the call here. A lot of flags here in this first home game for the Black Eagles. Not the most disciplined football you'll ever see, that's for sure. As the official, I'll say it's a face mask. Again, that's back-to-back plays. That'll put them at around the 15, give or take a couple of yards. I'll say the 17, 1st down, first drive in the red zone for South Charleston, trying to strike with 5:27 left. Offense rolling well. Malachi Hall takes the backfield after Brown's last carry. And this time they will give it to the big man. Hall getting shifty, breaks through 1, fighting near the end zone, and he's close to the line to gain. They'll give him the first, a little bit more, knocked down at about the 2-yard line, and he's not satisfied with that. He wanted that first touchdown of the game. And they're hurrying up on the field. Winfield still got people coming off after the subs. Riley, low snap. He's going to keep it himself, trying to find the edge, and he's hit hard. Number 13 came in out of nowhere. That's Brock Grazzini, the senior. Took away that last effort to get to the end zone, and it will be 2nd down and goal for South Charleston. Here's the give underneath. Another stand by Winfield. This time is number 70, Aiden Oliver, meeting him at the line to gain. Number 22, Malachi Hall, not as much momentum heading into that one. As Sino Riley is coming off the field, looks like they're going to put someone else in at the helm. And they will. It's going to be a Wildcat set here. Malcolm Brown will take the snap. Brown looking to pass, doesn't get any room. Winfield's all over him, but he cuts it back to the right side. And Malcolm Brown finds the end zone. Touchdown, Black Eagles. And could not have turned a bad situation into a positive outcome for the Eagles. Just phenomenal field awareness to cut it back after seeing the line. Didn't do you too much justice, as the extra point is on the way. The first time we've seen number 99, Jaden Bumpus, today. As Bumpus, extra point, it's all over the place. Number 11 trying to fight to the outside, Lazo, and he won't get nothing, so no good on the extra point. As we look back at this touchdown, just cuts it back at the right time. You see the whole Winfield defense shift left. And he has 236 yards in one game for a reason. Brown, his field awareness is unlike any other. So with 4:16 left, they trail by 29. South Charleston 6, Winfield 35. We'll be right back after a quick break.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
This HD Media Game Day production of South Charleston football is brought to you in part by the University of Charleston, relationship rich, career relevant. David Smith Frame and Body Shop in St. Albans, serving the needs of Kanawha and Putnam County residents for more than 30 years. The City of South Charleston, someplace special. And by Generations Ford, one destination for every generation.
And welcome back here. South Charleston about to send things away. It's a high one that lands at around the 25. Could go out of bounds, but they'll pick it up and field it. Trying to make something happen. Aiden Tate, nothing going. And now this South Charleston team's fired up with a flag immediately after. And you can see there on number 9 specifically for South Charleston, Mondre Foster, the sophomore. He is furious walking off the field. Just unnecessary roughness for another one of those circling tackles. But actually, it's against Winfield. I apologize. So Winfield's getting a little too chippy, so that'll put their short return back even further. They'll start at their own 15 or 14-yard line. This is where you need your senior captain, Braden Zuinga, to step up and perform well. 4:12 remaining in the third quarter. Caden Hackman, a name we haven't called as much as we were expecting. He's a very dominant force there on that left edge. Looks like that's where he's going to be lining up on this play. Going to go to a 2-receiver set for Winfield. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Could throw, but looks like he's just going to keep his head down and run. Finds a little bit of room, fights forward, and it's a first down on play 1 for the Generals and Jared Miller. And Miller's really proven himself as a runner so far today. Only 18 rushing yards in his first 2 games, and that's probably in heavy help to the skunk that Herbert Hoover put onto the Generals. Didn't really give him much offensive ability. But now he's stepped out of his zone, 3 rushing touchdowns. 2 of them on the goal line and 1 of them from about 10 or 15 out. So he's establishing himself in a different type of game. So next week, people who play these Generals are going to have to account for that. Here's a play action look, and again, Miller will take it. He breaks free, gets to the second level, and is tracked down by that front 7. About 4 South Charleston Blackhawks land on him. Another first down. So just like that, he's already over his season total in rushing yards in 2 plays. That's 20 yards on the ground for Jared Miller this drive. 1st and 10 now from about the 38-yard line. Black Eagles, not the my apologies there. Shotgun look again, no receivers to the bottom. Here's a quick slant throw, caught, and he'll get to the marker, spins off a tackle, but a good effort there by Amari Valentine to secure him at the spot of the catch. But it's Tyler Lottery getting the reception for the Generals. So 3 consecutive first downs. The South Charleston defense finally gets set up with some good field position with a good kickoff and a penalty going in Winfield's direction, and it's all been nullified right now. Sitting at midfield is Winfield. 1 receiver to the top of your screen, 1 man in the slot. It's going to be a speed option to the left side. Crago tries to find the edge, and for the first time in 3 plays, Winfield does not have a first down. 2nd down and 10. After the freshman halfback couldn't get any room on the short side edge. They went to a strong side pitch, but did not give him much field to work with there. So they're not really working to that right side of the field, as you have a right-handed quarterback. I guess you want to keep his eyes down that left side, leave a lot less room for your face to open up there. That's a wrong sport, but be 2nd down and 8. They'll give him 2 yards. Same set. 2 receivers out to the left. Moving right, Miller going to have to escape a sack, and he's getting nowhere. Number 21, Damian Chaney, is having a game. Fumble recovery, and now a sack. As Miller now, he's out of answers. 3rd down and very long for Winfield. Their run play got swallowed up. Their attempt there of the pass, nothing going. So 1 more good play from South Charleston, and they're not too far out of this. 1:16 left here in the 3rd quarter. It's been the same receiver set on the other side. Aiden Tate on the far outside, and Pierce Werline's working the slot. Sent Brody Belcher to fill up that bottom empty space of the field there, receiver. 3 receiver set for South Charleston. For Winfield, not South Charleston. Pocket clean, finally breaks through there. Here's a throw across body, sliding, and cannot haul it in. Had it in his hands. Pierce Werline not as lucky on this one. So a good 3 plays there. South Charleston defensively holding the Generals for what seems to be the first time in a half hour. As Winfield's punting unit will come out, I believe, for the first time. It's going to be Jaron Alexander to come out as a punter. And having Brown back deep to return the punt. Makai Gordon also could be an option there. He's been very good on those returns, as we've mentioned. Low snap, but still fielded cleanly. This one high and left. Going to probably let this one roll out. And it will. Takes a very good general roll. Keeps going. And will rest at the 10. A very good punt there by the junior. And now's as good a time as ever to pick up a digital subscription to the Gazette Mail. For just $1, you will get 6 months of access to web stories, the e-edition of the Gazette Mail, plus tons of exclusive feature stories, podcasts, and other shows. And, of course, expanded coverage of all of our live stream games. Just $1 for half a year. Go to gazettemail.com to subscribe today. As a touchdown drive put a lot of fire into this young South Charleston Black Eagle team. Cena Riley was moving very confidently, and a lot of Malcolm Brown help there, especially at the end with just pure athleticism and field vision powering through to get their first score of the game. They do have Malachi Hall back there right now, the power back here of the group. Bad snap, gets through, just checks it down to the right side, going to at least get some positive yards out of it, and that's a A very smart play there. He saw the pocket fall in there on Cena Riley. Just went straight to his check down, jump throw, used his athleticism to his advantage and picks up about 4 yards on what could have been a sack. And a lot of miscommunications today in that first half. Right now they seem to have found each other in that locker room. But still some confused looks at the sideline. It's a 3-receiver set to the bottom of your screen. 1 receiver up top. That man in the slot, number 1, Malcolm Brown, alongside Amari Valentine and Elijah Cawson. Looking, has some time. Here's a check down to Brown, and Brown will secure it. Close to the sticks. They're going to be very close, and they're going to move the 6 first down. South Charleston, a very good sequence there. Went through his reads right and took what the defense gave him. 18 seconds left here. 35-6 as that might do it, but it looks like they're going to get one more playoff before the third quarter ends. It's going to be a quick give on the inside zone. Fights forward. A long arm reach there by Drew Mann brings him down. Not until he gets about 5 or 6 yards, as that'll do it for your third quarter. South Charleston down 29 to Winfield. 35-6 your score after 3. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter of action.
This HD Media Game Day production of South Charleston football is brought to you in part by the University of Charleston, relationship rich, career relevant. David Smith Frame and Body Shop in St. Albans, serving the needs of Kanawha and Putnam County residents for more than 30 years. The City of South Charleston, someplace special. And by Generations Ford, one destination for every generation.
It's the saucy summer of barbecue at Tudor's. Tender pulled pork, smothered in 3 delicious new sauces. Sweet teriyaki, savory and thick. Carolina Gold, tangy and bold. Honey sriracha, hot and spicy. Topped with our creamy coleslaw. Sweet teriyaki, Carolina Gold, honey sriracha. Tudor's Biscuit World's pulled pork barbecue is bursting with flavor. Awesome sauce.
And welcome back, everybody, here to the fourth quarter of action down at Oaks Field here in South Charleston, West Virginia. The Black Eagles down 6-35 to the Winfield Generals, a match between South Charleston, the 12th ranked team in AAA, and Winfield ranked at 13th, respectively, as they'll give an inside zone. This is Black Eagle Stadium, not Oaks Field. I am new to the Charleston area, if I haven't made that apparently clear. Here at the Black Eagle Stadium. As here's a fake give here on a read option. Taking off, Cena Riley trying to get through the third level and won't be able to, but he is fired up. They're going to have to score very quick to get 4 touchdowns on the board here in 12 minutes, but they keep moving it like this. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Another give. Just keeping the ball on the ground before the sticks can even get set. Short run will get about 3 yards on the give to Malachi Hall. Right now, looks like they're keeping Hall in the backfield, and they want to spread the field out with Malcolm Brown on the outside edge. Right now, the 3 receivers on the side are Valentine, Gordon, and Brown. On the far side, it's Devin Lazo, the freshman. Jet back, clean pocket, lets it loose, one-on-one, incomplete through the chest of Devin Lazo. As, yet again, Tyler Lottery, the junior, he's stuck with every receiver he's had to guard. That one, though, couldn't have been better from Cena Riley. Clean pocket, clean everything, as they want to get to the line very quick still. Getting the play as Lottery still hasn't recovered. Now he's back in position. Just trying to take a couple deep shots. Long drop back. It's going to be a screen, though. Works well, but met immediately on the catch. Number 15, Clayton Kramer, read the play beautifully, got through the line there on the screen, and no chance of any gain. So it's going to be a 4th down and long. Not a punting scenario anymore for South Charleston. It's desperation the whole fourth quarter. Going to go to this 4-receiver set. Fakes the handoff. Now moving around the pocket. Giving himself time to go. That ball about 10 yards short of the target. and it's going to be Winfield ball. And it looks like Riley thought he had an extra down to work with there, but just not in the cards tonight for South Charleston to pull anything out of that possession. As Winfield, as they did about 2 years ago on their 9-3 season, they ran out of the wishbone more than any set I've ever seen, even in the 80s. As it'll be a timeout for, looks to be the Black Eagles. We'll take a quick break while they do too. We'll be right back.
This HD Media Game Day production of South Charleston football is brought to you in part by the University of Charleston, relationship rich, career relevant. David Smith Frame and Body Shop in St. Albans, serving the needs of Kanawha and Putnam County residents for more than 30 years. The City of South Charleston, someplace special. And by Generations Ford, one destination for every generation.
It's the saucy summer of barbecue at Tudor's. Tender pulled pork, smothered in 3 delicious new sauces. Sweet teriyaki, savory and thick. Carolina Gold, tangy and bold. Honey sriracha, hot and spicy. Topped with our creamy coleslaw. Sweet teriyaki, Carolina Gold, honey sriracha. Tudor's Biscuit World's pulled pork barbecue is bursting with flavor. Awesome sauce.
Welcome back, everyone, to the fourth quarter of action between South Charleston and Winfield. It's been all Winfield, and they just forced a turnover on downs, and they're going straight to the wishbone set. Here's a give to Paxton on the sweep behind the quarterback. That will give him about 8 or 9 yards and nearing first down territory already for Winfield. 10:02 remaining as they just want to keep the clock running and try and make this the fastest 10 minutes of football they can.
Mason in on the tackle for the Black Eagles.
Crago still back there for the Generals. As Gannon, who was expected to be a player to keep an eye out for, not playing in tonight's contest. But staying, they're going to get out of the wishbone there after it worked so well in first down. 2nd and 1. There are 2 receivers set. But it will be fake bubble screen there. Quick give off to Crago. The freshman will fight forward. End up at the 30. First down, Winfield. Clock will continue to churn there.
Mason on the tackle. 1st and 10, Winfield.
Not a long field for them. They get possession inside of South Charleston territory for the who knows amount of times today. Only once they've really started in not ideal field position, and they've taken advantage of it. If you just look at the scoreboard and the rushing yards total you'll see on Max Preps after this will be very good, especially for Jared Miller. So we only had 18 coming into this game, as he'll take this keeper and get about 4 yards himself. Immediately pops back up. 2nd down and 6 for the Generals. The Black Eagles need to probably go to this pressed man coverage, load about 7 or 8 in the box, as they won't let this one fly out too much. But you still have to keep an eye out for Pierce Warline. He broke away very easily earlier from Elijah Cawson. That resulted in about a 30-yard touchdown that closed out our first half earlier today. Just about 8 minutes now. They've already taken off 2 minutes of clock. Moving very well. As a lot of defeat is starting to sink over this home sideline. Here's a shovel pass. Paxton's got a lot of room, makes Brown miss, and he's going to walk in for touchdown number 6. It'll be another passing touchdown for Miller there. His 6th touchdown of the day. This one just a short pass through the air, and it could not be much better for the Generals. They're going to have a lot to brag about come film time on Monday afternoon. They're going to send out number 6 for the extra point, Jackson Alexander, with just under 8 minutes left to go. 7:54. Is it up and good for the Generals? 42-6 right now your score, as couldn't be much better for the Generals. We're going to head to a quick break before they send things over back to South Charleston. We'll be right back. You're watching HD Media.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
And welcome back here. 7:54 remaining here in your fourth quarter of action for the South Charleston Black Eagles. They're down 42-6 as the coaches agreed to a running clock. So this should be a relatively quick 8 minutes for the Black Eagles. This one's going to be sent away deep and almost to the end zone. And we return to at the 2. Brown jogging up the field, not really going full force. Hard contact there initially, and he's brought down at about the 30-yard line. He runs hard. He's a very talented player. The senior captain, Malcolm Brown, as they'll keep things moving. That one came off a little hard. He's a little shaken up, but he's going to be playing regardless these next 7 minutes as that clock will continue to tick regardless if it goes out of bounds or not. So really about one possession, maybe one for Winfield to close things off, and if it is, they'll just kneel it away as just looking for a positive to head into film on Monday with and head to practice with. Hang your hat on. Here's a give to number 22, Hall. Hall shakes a little bit and is met by a host of generals. 6 yards, or about 8 yards on the play. But it'll be about 7, so 2nd and 3. Still keeping the starters in for South Charleston. Just trying to get a good drive together, I'm assuming. Going to be an underneath give now. Hall barreling through one, will fight forward for another. That's a first down for the Eagles. First and 10 again. I can wrap it up after it ends, and then we don't have to come back. 5:58 remaining and still rolling. It's already about 2 minutes off of the clock from when they took that first kickoff back. And brought down immediately. Hall's 3rd consecutive carry. The 6'2", 235 junior has been a presence on defense with his 5 tackles. Rushing the ball, he only had 31 yards heading into it. I'd say he's at least doubled that from his last game. He's probably up in the 60 to 70 range. A good performance by him of a strong power back, especially backing up Malcolm Brown. There's a lot of pressure there, especially when you're the guy to look to when they want to go 4 wide. Riley going to let one go to the sideline. This one in and out of the hands of number 2, Makai Gordon. As number 11, Pierce Warline, who's had a phenomenal game so far for the Generals. As we're down to 5 minutes left now for a 3rd down and 10. Just a lot of shaking heads at the sideline so far for the receivers. Not a lot of chemistry is what I'm starting to notice here, as they line up very wide from the quarterback. The play must not get to everyone even. They line up now. Riley lets one go, and it's going to be a screen pass, dumping it off. The other receiver just staying still, trying to get some type of room. Number 11 now cutting at Lazo, and yet again another 30-yard running effort for about 7 yards of scrimmage. A good effort there by Devin Lazo. You know, a freshman coming into this team. He had 3 receptions against Ripley, so he's already making an impact his first couple of games of his high school career. It's going to be 4th down, 4:03 remaining now. Shotgun looking in through receivers to the top of your screen. Try to get him to jump. Won't have any luck. Now awaiting the play call. Might just send a go ball. Might as well. Could be your last play of offense. Try and go out with a bomb. This one, pump fakes, tries to get to the screen. They do get it to him, but swallowed up by Winfield. 3:30 remaining, as this won't be much longer. A little slow to get up is number 3, Amari Valentine, who did have that game-winning snag. Sorry, that was number 11, Devin Lazo. Valentine didn't get the ball as much as I was expecting for having 5 receptions in their game against Ripley. And the game-winning touchdown, of course, that did snap that streak of, I believe, 22 consecutive losses, if I'm not mistaken. It was, as a winless season last year has already been topped. So after the next 3 minutes, we'll conclude. South Charleston will drop to 1-1, and the Generals will rise back up to their winning ways at a 2-1 record, as they get set to face their next opponent. As into the wishbone formation, 2:40 left. Probably 1 first down, 2 first downs maybe away from closing this thing out. Underneath give. About 5-yard carry for Clayton Kramer, a name I didn't really have on my radar today. Performed out of his mind running the ball. He has a fumble, but at least 50 yards from scrimmage from that underneath slot in the wishbone set. A lot of inside gives for the smaller player there, 5'9", 170 junior. And a lot more of an effort. And the freshman Levi Crago stepping into this role with Gannon Boggs being MIA. Dylan Paxton also stepped up huge today. A lot of these shovel passes, one of them ending up in the end zone for Miller's 6th touchdown, his 3rd passing touchdown. Finished today with 3 on the ground and 3 through the air. And here he goes again. Paxton, just a machine that will not be stopped. First down, Winfield, as we're into the last 100 seconds of gameplay. 1:40 left in the contest. Going to keep things rolling to finish things off, as handshake line hasn't started forming yet, but we're almost there. Probably 2 or 3 more plays before we sing Kumbaya here at South Charleston. Just waiting to hear the play clock, I think, from the official, as there's a sign up. They'll kneel it out. So now both sidelines will agree to meet at the 50, as they're just about 1 play away from the final play of victory formation. A phenomenal performance by Malcolm Brown. 2 pass defenses on his career today, and the only touchdown for the Black Eagles on a very athletic play to flip the field. Saw he had nothing up the original hole, spins around and finds that orange end zone for South Charleston. But that will do it, the final play of tonight's contest. Your final score, Winfield 42, South Charleston 6. A great performance to Jaron Miller, who will undoubtedly get player of the game honors and will hopefully get some state recognition for such a phenomenal performance. For Brant Wilson, Bridget Riggs, and Chris Riggs, this is HD Media's sign off. South Charleston will be back in action next Friday, so make sure you stay tuned. Good night, and go Black Eagles.